mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. They don't mind them. The things you know, you go, they talk. Leave them. Leave them like that. Just leave them.
The network just disappear again, sir. Sorry.
I say for their mind, or you go, they speak. They don't know say na Otunba na Nigeria guy. No Otunba they speak. They don't know. Leave them. Leave them. They don't know say na Odunda your papa. They talk now.
All right, we can hear you.
So, Dayo, do you have any questions for me?
First of all, we want to hear advice from the elders before we start into questions.
Okay, my advice is only one for today, because if you have to go home with something, let it be just one thing that you Otunba spoke, and you don't enter body, you don't enter your mind, and you go follow him. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Life is all about communications. Invest in becoming a good communicator. A good communicator is a good speaker, but take note that a good communicator is also a good listener. People undermine, underrate the value of listening. People usually listen just to respond. That, oh, let me quickly listen to him and respond. You should listen to understand. By being a good communicator, I mean that you should be able to communicate what is in your head to the person opposite to you. The person opposite to you could be your junior in the office you're working. He could be a worker as an entrepreneur. He could be your staff. He could be one of your investors. He could be one of your directors. He could be one of your mentors. He could be one of your vendors, one of your suppliers. So daily, every minute, every second, we communicate. So if you're not able to communicate, you will not be able to progress in life, because you're not able to translate what you mean to say, or what you mean to communicate. If you're not able to translate, if you're not able to communicate with the other person, you have lost half the battle there. So my advice to everybody is intentionally become a good communicator. And in that, public speaking is also part of being communicator, because sometimes we find ourselves in situations and we are asked to speak, and when we are asked to speak, we are looking at the ceiling, we are looking at the floor. No, we should be bold enough to be able to speak and communicate on the spot. So that is my one piece of advice. So if you have any question, I will take that question, or I can drop it a second piece of advice.
Now let's go for the second piece of advice. Very important. Let's take two.
Okay. Okay. The first one, any questions on the first one?
All right. Is that not yet? We'll ask together.
No problem. No problem. The second question is, be careful of people around you. In the sense, select the people around you, whom you work out with, whom you are seen with. Because if you show me your 5 friends, if you show me your 6 friends, I will tell you who you are. In other words, they are your first circle of network. So where I'm going to is networking. But before going to the bigger picture of networking, I'm telling you that the people around you, and especially at this age and this junction of life, the people whom you are close to will have a lot of influence on you as a person, will have a lot of influence on your personality. So be selective. Afterwards, you'll be crying, oh, this thing happened to me. Oh, I did this. But you will not realize that the toxic traits of the people around you has affected you. Whereas you'll be seeing somebody successful. One of the reasons the person is successful, yes, he has worked hard towards it, but at the same time, the person is conscious whom he work with. Who are the people around him? Are there the people who are toxic? Are there the people who are negative? Are there the people who are meant only to waste their time in gossiping and irrelevant activities? Or are there people who will guide you about growth, who will guide you about your future, who will guide you about your career, who will guide you about your entrepreneurship goals, etc., etc.? So select the people around you so that you have the first circle of your people should be very good people, and then I will extend it to networking. Networking means connecting with people who you look up to, connecting with people you think will be helpful to you, or you can be helpful to them. It can't be just one-way traffic. It has to be two-way traffic. That if you're always looking for somebody to help you, then it can't work. You have to also look for people whom you can help as such, because traffic is two ways. There can't be one-way traffic. The traffic has to be two ways. So look for somebody whom you can help. At the same time, look for somebody who can help you. So this is a small point I'm trying to convey to you now in terms of people around you, the 5-6 people around you, and the power of networking. So if you have any question on this communication and networking, I'll take. If not, I'll drop in the third one.
Any question? So we are enjoying this. Let's go for the third one.
No. See, when question no there, when question no there, it means person no follow nothing. It just they go over their head. You go over their head. You say, oh, yeah, I beg, make you finish this class now. This one they talk too much grammar. Make I leave them. So no question means they enter head. They waka pass.
There's a question. Otunba, come forward.
Now because I yap them.
Any question? Come forward. So you stand, I pick it up. Okay, introduce yourself.
My voice. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Faith Adeniji.
Good afternoon.
So my question is, you said earlier that we should be careful of those around us. Okay, let's say that we are in a room, we have family and all, we are in their midst, but then they are not in support of what we do. And they are not just in support and making us know that they are not in support, that they are also frustrating us with their attitude, with their talks and all. So what should be done is that we cannot leave them. We don't have any choice than to be together. So what do we do if we cannot actually separate ourselves from there? And we want to do what we are to do.
Okay, see, you can't select your family, but you can select your friends. So if the family is not in support, you have to conduct yourself in such a way. You have to conduct yourself in such a way. Can you hear me?
Network. Can I hear you now?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I said you cannot select your family, but you can select your friends. So if the family is not in support, what you have to do is you have to prove them wrong. You have to conduct yourself very well. You have to be positive. You have to show them that what you are trying to do is what you mean to do. So once they see positive vibes, that vibrations will get to them. They may have change of heart, but as I said, you can't select the family. So you will have to conduct yourself well. You'll have to work extra hard. Say, make I prove them wrong. So the burden is on you to work harder now because if the family is not supporting. But I said you can select your friends. So be selective of your friends.
All right, thank you very much, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Olagunjaye Blessing. So I want to ask, as you told us about being a very good communicator, and I want to know, how do you balance yourself being an extrovert, that you don't relate so much with individuals around you, and you also being not having issues with them so that they don't get to see you in a different light because of your kind of personality and who you are? That's my question, sir.
By me telling you to be a good communicator, I'm not saying you should be talkative. You can't hear me.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I said, by being a good communicator,
Yes.
I'm not saying you should be talkative. You should talk. A good communicator,
Yeah.
a good communicator listens more, talks less. Good communicator listens more, talks less. I have a friend who talks very less, but is a good communicator. When he wants to talk, everybody around will just keep quiet naturally. They say, if Jehovah wants to talk, if Jehovah wants to talk, it means something good is coming out of his mouth. Everybody automatically goes on a silent mode just to hear Jehovah, because Jehovah doesn't easily speak. But when he speaks, he's a good communicator. He communicates ideas. He gives us value-added points that this is how you should do. So by being a good communicator, not necessarily means you should talk too much. Good communicator, you listen well, speak less, and whatever you want to communicate, try and speak in less number of words.
Okay.
To explain something in less number of words is also a talent, but that talent can be developed. That skill can be developed. That how can I communicate this in fewer words? Not that I'll start the story. Come to the point. Come to the point and convey your point. That's a good communicator.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right. Hi, sir.
Hi.
My name is Mayowa, and it's a very great privilege getting to talk to you and ask you this particular question. I'm going to be asking you a question on networking. Over the years, I've discovered that I'm quite indifferent when it comes to networking, probably due to the fact that I feel I'm an introvert, or I like being alone. I don't like relating with people. So as someone who has been in the entrepreneurial industry for quite a couple of years and successful for that matter, what advice do you have for me? How can I help myself get to the level whereby I change from being indifferent to networking to becoming very interested in networking with people? Thank you, sir.
Mayowa,
Yes, sir.
you need to make a conscious decision that I want to be good at networking. You have to make a conscious decision and talk to yourself that I want to be a good communicator. Because networking and communication goes hand in hand. If you're trying to network with me and you're not able to communicate your ideas or your thoughts to me, I won't be able to relate to you. So networking and communication goes hand in hand. So the answer to your question is you should take a conscious decision. You have to take that decision, yes, that henceforth I will be conscious of the networking I need to do. I'll be conscious of being a good communicator. By the time you make that conscious decision yourself, you will see the changes in yourself. Nobody else has to tell you. You have to talk to yourself. You have to tell yourself that I want to do this, and it will happen.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, come, ask the question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
I'm Amanda, sir. So I have a question. You said something that we should try to be a good communicator and we should invest in ourselves to become a good communicator. So in what way can a person invest in his or herself to become a good communicator, sir?
You need to, Emmanuel, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. You need to invest your time and money to become a good communicator. You could join a course on public speaking. You could join a course on writing skills. You could join something like Toastmasters where they learn public speaking. You could join an institution which will teach you how to speak well, how to write well, because nobody is 100% perfect in communication. There's something to be learned every time, no matter what's your age, no matter which course you study. So every day you learn on communication. So you have to look for places where you can invest your time and money at the same time to become a better communicator. That investment will always give you good returns all the time. That investment in learning how to communicate can never fail. Never, ever. Never, ever.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Next question. All right. So they want to hear more from you, Otunba. All right, so let's go to number 3.
Okay. Just that's the last one for today. Oh, I beg, last one, eh? Because no, you know why? Because if I drop too much, I'm not gonna pick on them like that. So I just want to drop small, where you go pick them, where you go use them. Share you agree like that.
Now we know you, Baba.
I said, if I drop too much,
Okay.
you might not be able to pick everything. So I want to drop small, so it make you pick up. After you pick up, you make use in your life. You get it?
Yes, sir.
So the last one is develop a mindset of giving back to the society. Develop a mindset of giving back to the society. Now, some students will say, I don't have enough with me. Oh, how I will give back? Because me, I just struggle with school fees. I did struggle with my feeding allowance. I did struggle with my transportation. How will I give back to the society? Is that a question some of us have?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the answer is like this. To give back to the society, you can give back to society in 4 forms. And I call them as 4 T's. 4 T's. First T is time. Second T is talent. Third T is thought. Fourth T is treasure. Time, talent, thought, and treasure. Time, talent, thought, and treasure. Let me explain you this one by one. Give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we can give back to the society in form of time, talent, thought, and treasure. Ask me how.
Aha.
Now, if let's say this your group, now some of them decide to visit a old age home. When you visit the old age home, all you're supposed to do is spend some time with them, tell them some stories. More than tell them the stories, you listen to their own grammar, to their own story, their own experience, because they are looking for people who will listen to them. For my sake, try it once. You will see what you have given back as your time. How does it affect those people? Just try it once. Has anybody tried this one before?
Yes.
Who has? You have tried it before?
Yes. Yes.
It's a very emotional experience.
Yes, sir.
So you have given back to the society. You have, in form of visiting the old age home. In this now, the major investment is your time, that you took out your time and went there and maybe spent 1 hour with them or maybe 2 hours with them. But you have impacted their lives. They are always at the old age home. They're not seeing new people. They're not seeing people to talk to, etc. Just one visit. I will not talk too much on this. Just one visit there. It will also change your life so that you'll start to understand that it's not only money which can be given back to the society. Time also can be given back to the society. Okay? Now, that's time. Then comes talent. Now, suppose there's an event, and assuming you are a good public speaker, you can now say, okay, I have this talent for speaking. Can I be a speaker or can I take up an engagement without collecting money? They're doing a program and maybe you're good at, you have a skill of something. Maybe you have skill of making a cake. You have the skill of maybe decoration or drawing something. You try to give back in whatever skill set you can give. That is talent. You can give back in form of your talent. Then you can also give back in terms of your thought. So if a group is planning a CSR activity, a giving back to the society activity, and you say, oh, can we do like this? Can we try this one? You're giving your thought. One example I will give you. There was a person at my Rotary Club who travels a lot. So he came across a project in Kenya. He said in Kenya, they are giving sanitary pads to young girls in school because lack of sanitary pads of the poor kids in the school, they can't come to the school that 5 days of the month. That becomes 60 days in a year. That becomes 2 months in a year. So they are not able to cope up with the studies. And end of the day, the parents bring that girls out of the school saying that that girl is not school in education, because not knowing that she has missed the 60 days in school, not knowing, not being conscious that the kid has absent for 2 months just because of lack of sanitary pads. He just gave us that thought. And then he was not in the club again. He was traveling about, but somebody picked up that thought and he converted that into a project. As we speak today, more than 3,000 young girls in Lagos government school get free sanitary pads from my club. Why? Why are they getting that sanitary pads? Yes, somebody is giving in form of treasure that, okay, I'm supporting by this. But remember, it was somebody's thought that why don't we do this project? And that project has continued. So he himself donated. He himself gave back to the society in form of thought. So thought is powerful. Thought is a way of giving back to the society. Treasure, everybody knows that if you have money, you can give back money in the society. There are so many people where you are. Hundreds and thousands of people want to be in your position. Where you are today, hundreds and thousands of people are praying to be in that situation. So there are so many people below you whom you can help. So keep your minds open that you can give back in form of time, talent, thought, and treasure. This is the way to give back to the society. Giving back to the society, somebody will say, okay, now, what is the benefit to me? That's the question people ask, that if I give back to the society, what is the benefit to me? The benefit to me, the giver, is that I become a better person. But the benefit to me, the giver, is that I get peace of mind, which money cannot buy. Benefit to me as a person, I will sleep well. I will rest well. These are the benefits of giving back to the society. So if you want to become a better person, give back to the society. If you want peace in life, you give back to the society. If you want to sleep well, if you want to rest well, and you want to progress in life, you give back to the society. Because remember, those people whom you are giving it to, they can't give money to you. They can't give treasure back to you, but they will put in prayers. They will be thinking about you. They'll be thinking about your progress and all this. So definitely it will make you progress in life. So giving back to the society has multiple benefits. So my advice to everybody possible is that you should give back to society. These are my last words for now. If you don't have any questions, I will say bye. If you have questions, I will stay around.
You have questions? All right, we have questions. You have to come now. That's what you want.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon.
Yeah, so Dick Yakino, what is my name? So thanks so much for the points you've given so far. So as you were giving us those points, I sat down and I was reflecting on something. So now while when your citation was being reading, So the word was serial entrepreneur. That means somebody that has succeeded in a lot of businesses. So now I know for a fact that for someone to become a successful entrepreneur, that kind of person must be someone that learns very fast. Are you with me, sir?
I'm with you.
Yeah. So that
I'm
kind
with you.
yeah, that kind of person must be someone that learns very fast and must be someone that is full of energy and take actions like back to back actions. Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now for the fact that you actually succeeded in a lot of business. So now let's say you are this person that you don't have a problem of thought. You can actually sit down, think about situations, but you are not this kind of person that is so good at execution. And you are going into the business line. And I know for a fact that to succeed in the business line, aside from the fact that you learn very, very fast, I mean the practical things now, not the theory. So now, what will you tell that person? Or what are the practical tips you can give that person that he will be able to take action very, very fast? Not as if the person does not take action, but it is not always in time or timely in that aspect. Do you get my question, sir?
I get.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yekini,
Yes, sir.
business is all about execution of ideas. How you execute your idea is determine whether the business will be successful or not. Take note that I have successful businesses, but take note that I also have 3 failed businesses. Take note that I have businesses where I have lost money. But in that businesses where I lost money, but I gained experience. So learning has 2 methods. Either you learn from your own mistakes, or you learn from the mistakes of others. You might have great ideas, but if you cannot execute them, they are useless. So to execute an idea, it is always preferable that you don't work solo. You work in a group of 2, 3, 4 people, as call them co-founders, call them partners, call them whatever English you want to use. A solo person has a limit he can reach. But if you have partner or if you have a co-founder, what happens is both of you or the 3 of you have different expertise. 3 of you have different exposure. You will look at the same thing and say different thing. He will look at the same thing and say a different thing. So different perspectives will come in. So to execute an idea, you need a small team of minimum 2, 3, 4 people. So look for those people whom you can brainstorm with. Look for those people whom you can discuss ideas and see how and when to execute, because execution of idea is the key. Idea is not the key. Execution of that idea is the key. And then be the cocoa, execution be the cocoa. So if you can't execute, the business will not do well. If your execution is not well, or your timing of the business execution is not good, that's the time the business will fail.
Oh, we can hear the last part.
Yekini,
Yes, sir. Please,
I
I
said-
didn't hear the last few things.
I said, work in a team. In a team, everybody puts their ideas, their perspective, their experience, their exposure. So the chances of you failing becomes less. Not that you might not fail at all. The chances becomes less that you fail, because different ideas, different mindset have gone into the execution. Execution is the cocoa. Execution is the most important thing of a business idea.
All right.
Thanks so much, sir. Thanks so much.
Faith once again, sir. Okay,
Well done.
thank you, sir. My question, I know the answer, but maybe I need more clarification on it, and also for my fellow learners. So some time ago, I was listening to one of my role models, Chinaza Favor. She said in life that we have two goals. Aside from maybe our aspirations and all that, two major goals. There are end goals and means goals. So she said end goals, like there are those goals that will give you satisfaction. Why means goals are those goals that you will use or that you will get and use to achieve those end goals. Now, to explain better, the means goal, first, maybe probably the job that you're doing and will be getting paid for. While the end goals, they are like community services and hope. You know, when we do that, we are usually satisfied. But then the question is, what about someone that is so keen about the community and really have so many ideas and all to help the communities and all, but then there is no means goal to actually do that. So what kind of, and you know, they usually say, start with the little you have, start with the little you have. But then not everyone has this little. So what kind of advice can you give? The person is like, okay, I really want to, this person is so very passionate, but then the person is very limited by the lack of means. So what kind of advice can you give to this person? Is it that just do it? Just how can the person satisfy that end goals without the main goals?
Now, I think in this, what you just mentioned, Odundayo, Oluwamidare, Oluwami Lare is a good example. Is a good example because I usually call him by short name. Sometimes I call him Dami. Sometimes I call him Dayo. I always call him short name. I don't call him by his full name. Odundayo, Oluwami Lare. So if nobody say I won't bite my tongue. Oh. So I think he's a good example of what question you're trying to ask. You need to do one, lot of reading. Two, need to attend a lot of events and meet people. You don't know whom you're going to meet where to fulfill that your dream or that your end goal. You don't know where you're going to meet that person. If you don't have any resources, that's financial resources, at least you have resources of your time. Am I right?
Yes.
Use the time. Develop your skills. Speak to people about your idea. Never think that if you speak to somebody, the person will steal your idea and not lie. They cannot steal your idea because that your idea, you get 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 people get the same idea. So you to think that if I talk to somebody, the person will steal my idea. Never, ever have that fear. Talk your idea because you don't know that person who is listening to you, will whether he has a connect, whether he has a ways or means to reach to that goal. Ask Dayo, how did we connect? And from that time till today, how he has achieved what he has done, and that time till today, how much money has he spent from his pocket to achieve what he has done in last, should I say, 4 or 5 years? I don't know how much you know him, whether you have seen his growth or not. Sit down with him sometimes, say, brother, bros, how did you do it? I'm sure he will tell you that he has been reading a lot. I'm sure he will tell you that he has been speaking to a lot of people about it. I'm sure he will tell you that he has been going to events where you think he will meet such people. I'm sure going to that events, he has met some people, made them mentors, made them your guides, etc., and all this. So without having too much of financial resources, he's been able to achieve something in the last 4 or 5 years, which whether you can confirm to me now, whether he has done well or he has not done well. So if you follow that path, I don't think it's a bad path because it's a tried, trusted proven, and you can see the result in front of you. This is what I can say in response to your question, please.
Thank you, sir.
Otunba, please, I wanted to go and connect again. We still have more questions.
I need to leave. I need to leave.
Maybe like 5-10 minutes.
Okay.